Welcome back to episode 3 of our ACE-Deploy series. Today we want to talk about error detection and dependency checks in Snowflake projects. In these projects there can be a lot of different schema layers with a lot of objects, and you can make mistakes very easily. For instance, you forgot to close a bracket, or you maybe have referenced a view with a wrong name. This can be very cumbersome to find these, and for this I hope you've got a solution for me, Tobias.
During development and before doing deployments to production databases, we will make a dummy deployment to an empty database to validate that everything is working correctly.
Okay, and how would this look like?
In this example, we will be creating a new table. Notice the missing comma in line 4. Now, when a developer pushes their changes to the repository, a pipeline will automatically start and inform them of any mistake that's in this DDR. This is the resulting pipeline run. As we can see, we have one error which refers to the table that we just created. If we click this error, we will get more detailed information on what's actually happening. We will be able to see the failed statement and the error message that Snowflake has provided for us. We can now go back to the table and fix it.
This sounds very helpful, as it gives me a quick feedback during the development. And if I now think of the other situation I described earlier, so that I have different schema layers and that there are different interdependencies between them. And if I now change one of the objects in these schema layers, and I also need to change them on other layers, and I make a mistake there, can you also help me with that?
Sure, let's take a look. Here we have an example with one table and two views. The first view references the table, and the second view references the first view. Now let's say we need to rename the column number 2 in the table. When we rename the column there, of course we also need to rename the column in view 1. As a result of that, we also need to rename the column in view 2. When you're working without ACE-Deploy, you might forget that and thereby break view number 2. But ACE-Deploy helps you in that it determines the dependencies between all objects and figures out if something goes wrong. So in this case, ACE-Deploy will provide you with an error message so that you know you also need to rename the column in view 2.
Remember when doing this without ACE-Deploy? What a pain. And with this, we close today's episode. If you liked it, leave us a thumbs up or a comment. If you have more questions regarding ACE-Deploy, contact us. You will find everything in the description of the video. See you around.